To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. That is in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1. Even in our children's lives, there must be a balance, a time for learning, a time for play, and a time away from screen time. So, today we are going to look at ways on how we can manage screen time for the healthy development of our children. I believe many parents suffer and struggle with ways on how they are going to get their children off the screen times. But right now you are in the right place. So why does the screen time matter? Because too much screen time affects the focus. You can attest with me that when a child or your child is on the screen time and you even try to call the child, it is very hard for the child to get the focus onto you. This one will also affect them in the future, even in class. It will affect them. So it is good to take caution at a younger age before it affects the child in future. It can reduce physical activities because once a child is stuck on the television, stuck on the TV, most of the what the child does is stationary. The child is either sitting in one particular place for hours, and this reduces the physical activities, the motor skills, the bonds. They can't even develop well. The child cannot become very strong. So that's why the screen time matters. It may affect the sleep patterns. I know most of you even struggle asking your child to sleep because of the screen time. There is such less social time, for instance. There is less time for social interactions. The children will find it even difficult to create bonds, to create friendship, to create relationships. It will become so difficult because once the child is glued on the screen time, how do you expect the child to even start building bonds with somebody else? It is not that all the time in the screen it's bad. No, but too much can harm the child's development now and in the future. So let us look at the simple ways to reduce this screen time for our children. Number one, try so hard and set a daily screen time limits. Like you can tell your children, like this time you will watch this time, but this other time you will do something else. So set daily screen time limits daily. Create screen free zones. For example, when you are in the dining room, when you are eating, when the child goes to sleep, or in the bedroom, like avoid screens at this time. Make it mandatory, make it a limiter. Let them be limited at that time, and they should not see it that you're trying to punish them. No, you're trying to guide them for the future. Encourage outdoor plays and hobbies. This one is very mandatory. Be a good role model for them. Don't tell them to be off the screens and you all the time you're stuck with them, you're not engaging with them. No, be a good role model. Replace screens with fun activities. A screen is a reward for them. So once you take the reward away from them, they will not be okay with that, right? So replace it with another reward, fun activities. So, what are the fun screen free activities for the kids? They are here and there are so many. It is you to set your time and engagement with your kids. So, what is the first one? Play outdoor games. Find games. Games are so many. Find games and play with your kids outside. If it becomes so hard for you, find your kid or your kids a pet, a dog, so that they may engage with the dogs also. This one will build their motor skills, running, laughing, moving hands up and down. It will help with that. Reading storybooks. I have realized one thing. Reading storybooks or reading books for your kids at a younger age, it's very mandatory and it is very essential because one, it will broaden the child's mind. Creativity will be drawn inside the child will at this stage will have prior knowledge of what she or he is going to encounter in future, that is in classes. So reading is very 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 mandatory and it's very essential. Such parents, try hard and do that. Drawing or creative arts. Drawing also, you also help the child for the future activities like writing, because once the child starts drawing, The child has to hold a pen or a color, and that holding, which when it becomes a daily activity, it helps with the hand grip, which helps in scribbling when the child is scribbling, and in future when the child even begins to go to school, it becomes so easier for the child to start writing, the child to start reading, creative arts, find something to draw at, find gets the child busy, engage the child with some other activities away from the screen time. Help with simple chores. Ask your child, today you should be, from today on, the table is yours, clean the table. From today, do this and this, clean your shoes. From today, do this and this. Like, find simple chores for them, so that they may also understand they also have a role, rather than just having the screen at their disposal. Playing board games or puzzles. What are the board games? You can even start with what do we call this one? Chess games. Chess right now, what we have learned, like in most of the models that and the theories I've been talking about, a child can begin anything at any stage once given the right guidance and direction. Huh? Playing these board games and puzzles, what does it help? It helps with the child's mind. It broadens creativity, creative thinking, critical thinking, problem solving. The child is able to comprehend life at a younger age. But when the child is stuck on the screen the whole time, there's nothing that the child will be learning most of the time. Because even as we are parents, I understand that most parents put these singing games, most of them, or these ABCD. Yes, it is good, but if you're doing that for your kids, also remember there is also Kiswahili, and Kiswahili is also in the curriculum. So don't engage your child in English so much that you forget about Kiswahili, because that has become a big challenge for children right now in this era. I believe we want to make this work. So, what will be the tips for parents and caregivers? Number one, be consistent with the rules. Once you give a rule, be consistent. Not that it will be just work today. No, let it work today, let it work tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. Avoid using screens as a reward or punishment. Don't tell your child, when you do this, I'll give you the phone. If you are not doing this, I'll take off the phone. No, this will create another pattern in the child's mind, and it will affect you and the child, both of you, in the future. So don't use screens as a reward or a punishment. Set a good example. You yourself, don't be on the screen when the child, you have told the child no. Like when you have set a zone, in this zone, maybe in the dining rooms, in the bedrooms, you also be a good example. Let the child also emulate from you. Create a daily routine, not just today. Make it a habit, so that once you get make it a habit, even the child will understand this is what it is. And once the child has done good, bring in a positive reinforcement. Reward the child, because once a reward is given on a positive change, that thing will continue happening. Talk to children why limit matters. Make them understand that this is not all about control. Make them understand this is all about guidance. So, in conclusion, what will we say? We'll say this: screen time is not bad, but balance matters. Let you, as a parent, help the child to manage, to balance his or her time, because children need time to learn, children need time to play and to connect. You, as parents, you, as caregivers, you should be the first teacher for your child. Huh? Teach them the key responsibilities for the coming world, because they will be going to school. You wouldn't want to be called every time to school that this is happening with the child, this is happening with the child. No, start as their example, because small changes can lead to big improvements. I understand that most parents suffer with ways on how to get their children off the screen time. So balance today for a better future tomorrow. Thank you, and like the channel for part 2 and for more content on child development.